Now you might want to say, what the heck? You're bringing that Corvette to a car wash? You're nuts. You're crazy. No, I'm not. This is the way I do it. And a couple things. Let me show you what I'm using. Over here I have a bucket that I bring with me. And I have this thing. I love this thing right here. This I use. I put this the cleaner on the wheels. Then this I use to go in through the wheels. This works great. I love this thing. So I'm going to do the wheels. And usually I do the wheels first, and then I do the whole car. But the big thing is when you're in the power wash is so good here at the car wash. What I do first is I use regular water and I try to get all the crud off. Then I use the soap and water to get it off, and then I'll rinse it off. And then sometimes I'll do that, and other times I'll just put the what do they call it, the pre-soak, and I put the pre-soak on here. But I like to blow it all off first. When I wash the car here, I really don't, my hands don't touch the car unless I have a little something that couldn't get off when I sprayed it. So, the other thing, never, 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 under any circumstances, use that. Never, 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 never. I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole. And I also have a couple of rags in the inside here, and a mitt and a rag in case there's something that's a little tough to get off, or I might wash the tips. I'll give them a quick wash when I'm all through. I use this brush to do the outside of the wheels. This goes around nice in between the sections here. It does really great in here and around the outside. And at the very end sometimes, and I'll rinse it off after I'm done, I'll spray these tips and I'll go in and use this on the tips and it'll clean it right off. Today the tires look a little tired. They need a little spruce up, so I have some. You can use anything. I think they're all pretty much the same. Some might be a little better than the others. I don't know. Mother's back to black tire shine. I'm going to use that today. And before I do anything, I'm going to spray this on the tires, get the tires done. And actually I'm not going to spray it on the tires because I don't want to get it on the wheels. So I use this little guy right here, and see the shape of it? So when you go around the wheel, I'll show you. I spray the tire shine on here, and then I go around the wheels like this, and it makes it much easier, and it keeps most of the spray off the car. I let it set for 5 or 10 minutes, then I go along like I normally wash the car. So the first thing I'm going to do is do the wheels and let those sit, and you do that when the wheels are dry, by the way, and then we'll go on from there. Okay, so I'm down to the last tire, and I've been just finishing this up, and I'm showing you what I'm doing here. I'm just taking this brush, this rubber brush there, and I'm just going around the outside of the tire like that. I'm going to pull the car forward, hopefully about halfway, and hitch this bottom, because sometimes you get a little spot down here in the bottom that you might miss. So I'm going to do that too. So now I'm going to shut the camera off, move the car forward, do the last bit, and we'll be done with that. We'll let it set for about 10 or 15 minutes, and then we'll go about washing the car, and I'll show you what the car is all about. The next thing to do is to decide what you're going to do next. You got bug off, wheel and tire cleaner, pre-soak, high pressure soap, foam brush. Oh, don't do that. Rinse, triple foam polish, which I've never used. Rinse, well, I do use. Clear coat protectant, I haven't used that either. Spot rinse free, this is the big one. I've been saving this one for you. I rinse the car when I'm all done, spot rinse free. If you're in a rush, you could drive out of here, the thing dries by itself, there will be no spots on your car. Works great. Turbo dry, use that to blow the water off at the end. And make sure you hit the credit card stop, or you'll be paying a fortune on everybody coming and watch the car on your card. Now we're putting on the pre-soak. And we'll put that all over the car. Put it in the wheels. I've got this thing about doing everything top down, and I try to do that when I do the car. I do everything top down. Now we're at the high pressure soap. We'll give this a shot. This works pretty well, gets most, if not all, the dirt off. And what's really nice is you don't have to put a rag on. I only put once in a while I wash the car at home, but I don't, you know, if you get one little stone underneath that rag, it's going to act like a piece of sandpaper on your clear coat finish and be a real pain in the butt. So I try not to use anything on the car if I can help it. So I think there's a couple of spots up front. I might have to put the rag on it, but I'll do it after I finish this one, the high pressure soap. When I finish the high pressure soap, then I'll go back and look for anything that might still be stuck in the car, a bug or something like that. This usually does a pretty good job. Did I get this tire back here? I don't remember. Okay. I'm doing the car one-handed. I'm trying to do this thing. Now see, there's another little black spot right there. See it? Take it right off. Yep. Took it right off. Okay. It also probably takes off any wax if you've waxed the car. But I don't think you need to wax the car that much. I like the detail spray. That seems to do enough. I'm not big into car shows, so I'm not polishing the crap out of my car. I put a little detail wax. I'll show you where I use that when I drive the car, actually. And that works out real well. Gives it nice luster. I have a lot of people compliment me on the car and how it works, and how it looks, and how nice the paint is. So hey, I must be doing something right. So now, we'll rinse the car. We've finished rinsing the car. Got it all rinsed. You notice I didn't pay much attention to the windows. The reason is I do the windows at home anyway. I've found a new method. 50 years I've been trying to get clean, streak-free windows. I haven't been able to do it until about 6 months ago. I talked with somebody, a professional window washer. He showed me the easiest way to clean these windows. They come out beautiful every time. I'm going to show you how to do it. Stick around. I'll show you how to do the windows. You won't believe how simple it is, and it works like a charm. So stay tuned. Okay, now we've got the spot-free rinse. It comes out like that. I'm going to do the whole car with a spot-free rinse, and you will see that this spot-free rinse is the real win. It's the reason I come here. Not all of the car washers have spot-free rinse, but this one does, and I love it. Next is the turbo drag. And if you'll go over here, I'm going to have to probably go shut the recorder off because this thing's so damn loud it'll blow the sound right out of here. But the turbo is down here. It's this big guy right here. So what I'm basically going to do is blow the water off, and this thing has some power to it. It's really great. This works really well. So I'm going to blow some water off, but I think the power is going to be so loud, it's so powerful that you're probably not going to. Let me turn it on anyway. You'll see what I mean. Okay? Alright, I'm pushing my credit card stop. It's about 11 bucks. Well, with every nickel. I don't know if I can give you an idea of what the shine looks like. I know there are a few water drops on there, but this car looks great. And I really don't have any wax on it. And the car looks spectacular. I mean, look at that white. I've never had a white Corvette. I really love this one. So anyway, one other thing I wanted to mention. When I clean the wheels, what did I use? Or what do I use? I tell you, I use this Super Clean All Cleaner. They usually have it on sale. It really works great. It's worked great for me for years and years. This stuff works great. Spray it on, works great. Use the brush to do the outside of the wheels, and it comes out great too. That works great for the wheels. So now the only thing I have left to do is dry the car, and if you look closely, there's still some water left on the roof. I don't know if you can see it or not. And I found a little trick. Now, don't tell anybody. This is just between the guys here. This is just for my people that watch the videos. I've never told anybody this one before. And I'm going to show you how this works. Let me get my towel out of here. I have a nice towel, which I use to dry the car. I don't worry about the glass. The glass I don't worry about. I wipe that. But up here, I do worry about it. So what am I going to do about it? I think you can use any detailing spray. I happen to like Meguiar's. That works really good. And what I do is I just mist the area lightly, not that heavily, just lightly. And then when I wipe, it's really amazing. The water comes up so easy. Where if I don't mist it, the water comes up more grudgingly. I have to wipe it twice as much, and I'm not putting a little coat of spray detail on the car, which I'm doing right now. It's coming out nice. It's really simple. Again, the windows I don't worry about, so I'm going to show the other secret. Stick around, big secret coming up. How I get the windows streak free. So I'm done, I can get in the car. No, no, you cannot. Do not get in the car. You have 3 different sections you got to do to finish. And these are very important. The doors, the trunk, and the hood. And if you don't do those 3, it's a half-assed wash job. So, the doors, I usually wipe the edges along here in the window because they get damp. I might even wipe the top of the door that gets dusty. And inside the car, just wipe this down. Looks great. Go up the side, down here, up in here, and do the outside of the door. Anywhere you see water, just give it a light hit. It picks it right up. Don't even have to spray it. Might wipe this. Last thing I do is the undercarriage. This loves to hold water down here. And I'll do the same thing to the other door. Now the hood and the trunk, or the hood and the hatch. I'll pop the hatch. And I'll pop the hood. The hatch holds a lot of water. Sometimes I have tons of water back here. If you'll notice, there's even some soap in here. Look at that. Soap up here. I don't know if you can see it. Soap there. And it gets way up and back there too. Way up in there. Down along here. So, I need to get going here. Okay, we got all the soap out of there. Looking nice and clean. And don't be afraid to go down in here and give this all a good wipe. Down in through there. While the rag is wet, I see one spot I missed here. Don't be afraid to give it a good wipe. And again, don't worry about the glass. We're going back to do the glass after we get out of here. Now, one thing left. The hood. When you lift the hood up, water's going to run down the front. Don't worry about that. You got the rag here in your hand. Take the rag and wipe it up. What I tend to do first to get a lot of the water out is to take, while it's popped, take my rag and put it right under here and drag it under here. And then go over to the other side and put it under here. Then lift it up. Now a lot of the water that was in there that would be dripping all over the place won't drip. As you can see, little water in here. Make sure you wipe in here. This will, although we have this spot-free rinse, it shouldn't spot up, but if you don't have spot-free rinse in your area, this area could spot up on you. So, and that looks like hell, and it's a pain in the neck to get rid of. You see the water's running down there. We'll fix that. We're just going to wipe it. Do this now, this section. Go all the way over here. Do the inside here. Also over here, wipe down anything that looks a little dirty. I'm getting over here. Was this a dripping? Little soap. Soap suds in there. It's all dripping from down in here. Now what I usually do is close the hood, because it'll all dry up from the heat anyway. But I'm gonna take this and drop the hood now, and then wipe the drippings that I have here, and they go right away. You see the scratches here. I did find a curbing, put some scratches on my spoiler, damn it. I knew that was only going to happen. By the way, those of you that watch my videos, you saw that I lowered the car. Well, down here in Florida, because of all the drainages along the roadways and pulling in and out of parking lots, I was scraping all the time. In fact, I lost the spoiler that's underneath there. I had to put a new one on. So what I did was I brought the car back up about 3/4 of an inch, and makes all the difference in the world. So if you notice, my car sits, I don't know if you can see it from here, but my car sits a little bit higher than it was, with a little bit of a rakish tint to it. It's a little bit higher, about 1/4 of an inch, almost a 1/2 inch higher in the rear. Makes it look nice. I like the way the stance is. But in retrospect, I would not suggest, well, the wind's blowing pretty good here, I would not suggest lowering your car all the way down. I might go halfway down, and I wouldn't go any further than that. Just my opinion.